My name is Andrew Livingston, and today I'm going to give you a quick demonstration on how to create a data-rich BIM object. So first of all, we need to create something. If we create a timber wall stud, I'll give it some sizes, 140mm by 38mm. Give it a height, it's the random height just now, and we'll now create it as a dynamic component. Make component, we'll give it a name, TIM underscore C16, C16P, 16 plus. That's a grade of timber. Now, we can now give this object some attributes. We can give it a name perhaps. Let's give it some sizes that we will want to manipulate later on. And whilst we're here, we want to be able to change the length of this piece of timber. So we'll go in and we'll say the user can edit as a text box. We'll give it a display label, length, comma, millimeters. We'll do that. And now we see if I change that to 500mm, it changes it automatic. If I go back in here, now I want to be able to calculate the mass of this object. But to start off with, I need to know the density of this particular type of grade of timber. So we'll go row mean for density. Now this is a static variable, and I happen to know that that's 400 kilograms per cubic meter, I may add. And now we can add an attribute mass, MASS. Now we can press equals, and at this point it starts to behave very similar to a spreadsheet. So I want the volume, so it'll be length x times y times z. Now I have my volume. I want to convert that to cubic meters, which I've just done, and now multiply that by the density per cubic meter. That's row mean. Press enter. We now have the mass for that object. If I want to display that in the graphical user interface, I can do that as well. Go in here and we'll go, the user can see the attribute but not edit it. We'll go in and press comma, kilograms to give them the units, press apply, and there we are. We can see this object at 500mm in length by 38mm by 140 would be 1.064 kilograms. If I duplicate that object, make it unique, I can then change the length of it, make it a meter. And we can see that the mass has automatically changed. If I want to, I can then start constructing something from this. There we are. And perhaps let's give these objects a name. We'll call this wall stud. And we'll call this the wall header. Now we've created an object and we've given it data information within the object, and we've also got it calculating and displaying the calculated data for that object. Now, let me take you to a different project. This was for the Scottish Forestry. We first of all set up a database of all of the types of materials we would use in a timber frame house. And we had the structural attributes, the thermal attributes, and environmental attributes for all of these items or types of things, and many more as well. And we're trying to create different types of walls, different types of floors and roofs and other elements as well. So we've done that. Just a quick example. This could be external timber cladding, vertical and horizontal battens, external insulation, timber frame with OSB both sides and insulation in the middle, horizontal battens for your services, and then your internal plasterboard. Or there's a brickwork type system instead. Again, timber frame, which you'll be more familiar with. There'll be a cavity in between. Now, we created the object that would be able to calculate the data for us. So here we are. Here is a component of the wall, and it's calculating, based upon the build-up of that wall, the object volume, the object mass, how heavy it is, and how much wood fibers in there, percentage-wise as well, the global warming potential, or the LCA data for that, and the embodied energy, how much energy it's taken to manufacture all of those elements in that small piece of wall, and then the wall U value, because we've told that that's an external wall. Now, if I want to, I can go in there, select part of it, select the wall stud, and we'll change it to a 245 by 45, and we'll perhaps change the insulation at the same time. That's the cellulose blown in insulation in between the timber frame. And we'll press redraw. Oops. Press redraw. And we'll see the U value change. And also the other attributes as well will also change. And so that's it, automatically calculating what's happened to that wall for the various attributes. And we can see the timber frame example as well. And we can change that in many different ways. But this is just a very simple example of what we can do with building information or BIM objects.